All right, what's up, guys? Gonna wait for some peeps. What's going on? Testing out this new platform I got going on here. What's going on? Just trying to make sure everything is set good here. Let's see. Hope I get a lot of viewers tonight. I'm gonna talk shop, paranormal discussion, Q&A with Haas Paranormal. I'm Matthew J. Haas of Haas Paranormal. What's up, guys? It's Thursday. It's August. I can't believe it's August 26th. I can't believe how fast summer is going. All right, so if anybody's joining me right now, please make a comment. If you'd like to ask me a question, please feel free. I'll be able to see them, hopefully. I'm trying out something new here. So if you can make a comment, and hopefully I'll see it. And if I see your question, I'll try to answer it best I can. So we're going to have a nice open discussion. We're going to have a friendly discussion, guys, professional. If I see anybody not professional, I will delete them. Let's behave like adults, and we'll have a good time for about an hour or so. Waiting for some more people to come on. Gonna wait. You might hear my wife singing in the background. She's practicing her choir stuff. It's starting up again this year. All right, I'm gonna play around with some stuff here. I'm gonna put some music on for everybody to listen to until I see some viewers come on. What's up, Brad? We got Brad on. What's going on, man? Doing a Q&A tonight. Waiting for some people to come on. Just testing out a new platform. I hope everything sounds and looks good. If there's any sound issues, please let me know. I can't listen to myself live. It's kind of hard. If I do, it'd be sounding really bad. I hope everybody can see me okay. I'm going to talk shop for about an hour or so, just waiting for some people to come on. I know some people are just getting home. I made it for 7 o'clock. I probably should have started it a little bit later. So what's going on, Brad? How you guys doing up there in Canada? Is it just as hot there as it is here? It was 95 degrees. I was at work in the hot sun when it was about 95. It was almost 100 degrees. I don't know about out by you, but it was hot. I try to change the lighting here. Hello. What do you think? It looks better, brighter? You see me better, brighter? Just trying to test out this new software. One quick thing I want to say, guys. I know there are probably some people watching. It's not it's got to catch up with me here as far as how many viewers I have going on. I'm not sure. In light of everything going on in Afghanistan today, I'm sure there's a lot of angry and upset people. I do want to make it known on my personal behalf that for those who know me personally, I'm very patriotic. I love my country. I love the men and women who serve our country. I pay a lot of respect to the men and women that have fallen to fight for our freedom. It's just a really ugly situation. I don't want to get too much into politics, but I want to, send out a prayer for all those that are stranded in Afghanistan. I want to send out a prayer to all the families that are dealing with this situation. On behalf of Haas Paranormal, we're very saddened to hear about the casualties and deaths that took place after the bombing and the crazy situation that has been going on there in Afghanistan and Kabul. At the airport, there was a suicide bombing. It killed a lot of people. Very dark day in Afghanistan, and I just want to say the whole reason that we were there in the first place was because of 9/11, and we've been there for over 20 years battling a war to keep terrorists out. And I just can't believe what has transpired in a very short period of time. And God bless those who are dealing with this more personable to them. It's just tragic, just horrible. And I just want to, send my love and my prayers to all those people and families that are dealing with this situation in Afghanistan. Much thoughts to you and many blessings. And hopefully we get out of this without any more people harmed or killed. That's all I got to say about that. So I just want to throw that out there real fast. Everybody knows how patriotic I am. I always want to make sure that, I say thank you. And I'm grateful for the people who protect us every day, keep us safe from terrorists, that keep us safe from all bad things all around the world. The police that protect our community. Without our police and fire department and nurses and doctors and EMTs and all those wonderful people that take care of us in bad situations. Thank you all for what you do. Hey, Deb, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for joining us for the live Q&A. I'm Matthew J. Haas, by the way, of Haas Paranormal. There's only two of us. It's me and my wife, Josie. If you haven't met the other half, the missus of Haas Paranormal. So I'm doing a live Q&A, open discussion, friendly, professional, positive, no childish behavior, if there's any unprofessionalism, I will kick you out. So I thought it would be great to test this new platform I'm using, and just have an open, friendly chat about the paranormal. Anybody has questions about any current trends happening, equipment, investigation, any theories, talk shop, stuff like that, I'm here. I'm here to answer as best I can. I don't know everything. I'm not a perfect human being. I started out just like probably how everybody else started out. I don't know everything, but I learn as much as I can from everyone in the field. It's a learning field, and I think we could all learn a lot from each other. We all bring something different to the table, and I like to listen to what people have to say about ideas and theories, and I welcome all that because everybody does bring something different to the table. So thank you, Deb. I appreciate that comment. So she said, smart man. Thank you. And we also have Brad Monks. What's up? What's up, Brad? I like the showing of the chat going on there. So hopefully I can see everybody's comments. I'm using a different platform, so I'm hoping I can see everybody. Anybody that's got questions or, they want to make a statement about something in the paranormal, just make a comment, whether you're watching it on YouTube, Facebook. I have this going, streaming to different things. I have it streaming on our YouTube channel. I have it streaming on our Haas Paranormal Facebook page. I also have it streaming on my personal profile page as well as my public figure page. Hopefully everybody's seeing this. So thanks, Brad. I appreciate it. He says he's going to share it to his page as well. So if anybody wants to chime in and have any questions or just talk shop, I'm here. So hope everything looks and sounds great. If there's any issues, let me know. If I'm too loud, if there's any kind of bad feedback going on, please let me know. So Deb said she just got back from Ohio State Reformatory. It felt so peaceful until her hair was pulled violently. Wow. We did catch a lot of EVP, so sometimes quiet investigations can give us the best evidence. I agree with that. Just because things aren't happening physically to you or things aren't happening from a visual perspective, I find that sometimes quiet investigation, you do end up with actually quite a few good EVPs. You never know. The reward as an investigator is reviewing afterwards and seeing if you catch evidence of something paranormal. So to me, that's the reward. So you may be there for 3, 4, 5 to 6 hours, 8 hours, and then you review, and nothing may happen throughout the entire night, but you never know what you have on a recorder or a camera. It's all about review, and that's the reward for me personally. If you get something out of it, then great. And she said, yes, the Villisca Axe Murder House was also very quiet, but they also got a ton of good EVPs. Yeah, that can happen. So the museum that we host and run paranormal events at, Kingsland Manor, sometimes have quiet paranormal nights. Sometimes it's very quiet there, and but the amount of audio that we get out of there, like just recently, we brought Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence EVPI to Kingsland Manor just recently. It wasn't very active physically, but the amount of audio and EVPs we got there over the last couple of weekends was just amazing. I'm going to make another announcement too about EVPI and all that. I was just recently on their podcast, and I want to make sure that I say thank you to Tony Rathman, Cherie Rathman, Chris Allgood, Audra Keeler. Say, thank you to Ron Iacovetti and Lourdes Gonzalez for having me on their show this past Monday night. Their show is every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe 7 p.m. Central Time for them. Check out their show. It's good. They have guests come on every week that share evidence from investigations that they do. So, Deb, if you have great evidence and you want to be a guest on their show, they might be looking for somebody like you and share your evidence live over their podcast. So if you're interested, hit them up. It's called Entity Voices Podcast, Paranormal Evidence. It's a great show. They have a good format, very friendly people, and they're very open to discussing anything paranormal, and they share your stuff. And I think it's a great way of getting what people do out in the field out there. It's a great way of doing that. So if I were you, I would check them out. So I have myself in this like little box here, if you notice. So you might not get all of me. So Deb says, that's cool. It's always nice to get something, but I think people that watch paranormal shows think that we get evidence on every investigation. That's true. Very true. You don't. It's hit or miss. Got to be at the right place at the right time as far as that. So, yeah, you don't get good evidence all the time. Paranormal shows, unfortunately, are like that. So, I agree with that. So, if you guys don't mind, I'm having a little drink to cool me down. It was very hot today. It was like almost 100 degrees, and it was like really hot. So I'm like trying to cool down from the work day. So I got about 6 viewers. Guys, if you have questions, feel free, make a comment. I'll answer them as best I can. We have a couple of people going on here right now. We got Deborah Shea, if I hope I say her last name correctly, and we got Brad Monk. I know Brad for a little while. He's from Canada. Hoping it's a little cooler up by him than it is down by us. So it's very cool that you guys came tonight. Appreciate it. Yeah, check out. See if anybody. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. So bear with me. So cool. So what's going on in the field, guys? What do you guys think of everything so far? 2021. What is the best? Brad says, what is the best SP7, SP11, or other? What do you mean by best? Best of what? There's a lot of different modified spirit boxes out there available on the market. I like ITC stuff. I'm more into video ITC these days. I've been working on a lot of experimentation with video ITC. For those who don't know what ITC stands for, it's instrumental transcommunication. Oh, which one do I think is better? I haven't really played around with the 11 too much. I'm a little more prone to the 11. I'm a little more prone to the 7. Honestly, I like what people are doing with spirit boxes and trying to cut out and filter out all that noise that's going on, because honestly, it's really hard to hear a clear audible response with all that loud static going on. So if there are ways that you could filter out that loud static, with that kind of experimentation with spirit boxes is a great way to go. But I think for me personally, I like the 7 over the 11. 7-Eleven. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Ronnie? Ronnie said, drives him nuts. I know. You hear that, and you're like, you try to listen for the voice, and you're like, what does it say? I think it says this. And it plays tricks on your mind and what you think you hear. You have to have a really good trained ear to hear them. So Deborah says, did you guys get an uptick of calls for investigations during the lockdown last year and earlier this year? They did. People were home and thought that all was normal, but sounds that houses makes was paranormal. So during the pandemic, did we get more calls? For us, no, but I've heard other people definitely have been more busier than others as far as paranormal happenings at people's private homes. I would definitely say that with all the negative aspect of the pandemic, you're going to bring in a lot of different energy into your home with all that negative energy around people, especially a pandemic. And yeah, people are home more, and they're experiencing stuff a lot more that they are not used to because they're not home all the time. So definitely. Yeah, Ronnie said they didn't. We got Ingrid. Hey, Ingrid, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. So guys, we're talking shop. You guys have any questions about the paranormal, current trends, current equipment, any investigations you got going on? Open discussion. Keep it friendly. Keep it clean. I don't like nonsense, so just straight up Q&A. If I see any nonsense going on, I'm just going to cut it out right off the bat. I do have people monitoring the chat for me, so they're going to let me know if there's any funny business. So I'm just putting that out there. But it's an open discussion, guys. I'm willing to really get intimate with you guys as far as paranormal goes. So we don't do this often. I'm testing out a new platform. I'm not using StreamYard anymore. I found something a little bit more better in my take. Hey, Debbie, how you doing? We have Debbie Lodell just joined us live. What's up, Debbie? How you doing? She's our researcher, does a lot of research for us on the side that helps Haas Paranormal in their research on investigations or haunted objects and other cool stuff that we research. So I wouldn't, get all this stuff without a lot of her big help. So thank you, Debbie, for all your help and what you do to help Haas Paranormal. Hey, Cherie, how you doing? I can see her in there. I don't want to miss everybody. Who else we got in here? My wife's watching. Hey, baby, how you doing? Good. I got some peeps in here. I got about 11 people. Hope everything looks and sounds good. Let me know if there's any issues, please. I'm using a new platform, so feedback would be great for me because I'm going to be using this. Guys, my big announcement is Strange Oddities Podcast is coming back in October. That's another reason I wanted to do a quick live Q&A. I want to make some announcements. Strange Oddities is coming back every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm coming back in October, early October. I'm going to have bigger guests, more exciting guests than ever. And I can't wait to start the show up again. And I hope you guys tune in every week. I have big TV icons that come on as guests, and they're real fun to hang out with for about an hour or so. And I hope you guys can tune in for Strange Oddities Podcast. It is returning in October. I hope all you guys are excited because I am. So, who else we got here? What's up, Ronnie? If I haven't said hello, what's going on? My brother from the South. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Have you guys been busy? What are you guys currently using as far as equipment in the field? I want to see what do you guys like? What do you think produces a lot of good evidence for you guys currently? What are you using? What methods are you using? Let's talk about that stuff. So Sherry Rathman says, how is an item determined to be haunted? She bought a mirror in an antique store. How would I know if it's haunted? Well, I don't think we can scientifically prove anything is haunted, right? So if nothing is going on prior to that, you kind of have to assess what's going on around the environment that you've brought it into, whether it be your home or a museum or whatever location that you brought the mirror to. If there's any weird happenings after that you brought it in, I would say it could be associated with that object. So that's what you keep an eye out for. Maybe do some EVP work around the object. Maybe use a couple of meters. EMF meters, whatever you fancy as far as using for EMF meters. I know like Dennis Tassone like using his K2 meter. So whenever there's a ghost that's sitting next to him on a couch, he'll break out his K2 and just leave it next to him, and it starts lighting up like crazy. And he shows there's nothing interfering with the K2. There's something sitting next to him. So. And do research on the object that you have too. If you can do the research, do some history on where it came from, who gave it to you, if there's any backstory to it, that could give a little more credence to an object being haunted. So hopefully I answered your question pretty good. I hope so. Ronnie said he went back to the basics for him. Yeah, we kind of did too. For me, I'm old school. I like using a basic recorder, audio recorder, a camera, just walking around, documenting what you're doing, taking notes down, doing interviews, just, I think documenting as much as you can. The gadgets are fun and everything, but can it really prove anything? That's my thing. We have experiences all the time, but we can't prove them, right? That's my thing. I know I'm a believer personally, like my own personal belief, I believe, but as far as to the world and to the paranormal community, how can we scientifically prove paranormal experiences that we have going on at location with all this gadget stuff that has controversy and they're experimental? So I'm like rambling on. I go on a rant sometimes. Let's see. Deb says they have been doing old school lately, audio recorders, handheld cameras, and video recorders. Yep. And yeah. You want to send me a photo? You want to send me any info about anything that you think you have a haunted object? We started a haunted object museum in Nutley, New Jersey, at a place called Historic Kingsland Manor. And we are utilizing the entire space of the basement where the speakeasy used to be. On the other side of it, we're utilizing the space there because my wife doesn't want me to bring home haunted objects to our home. So I have to store them somewhere. And I have a good relationship with Kingsland, and it's a good place to protect them and bind them there, and to make sure nothing happens to them. So my wife says, why don't you have to scientifically prove it? Well, we don't have to do anything. Well, it's hard to prove things scientifically with the current equipment and our current methods and style of investigating. It's good to apply the scientific method with what we do, but we still, in today's generation or society, can't scientifically prove what we do, even though deep in our hearts or in our feelings that we know these things are going on. We're having paranormal experiences that defy scientific logic. We do know this. There are things that happen that we can't explain, right? So Deb says, we like to experiment on investigations. She'll bring light items that can be moved easier. I have one of those rocking drinking birds. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's good to experiment. Absolutely experiment as much as you can. That's the only way. How are we going to go anywhere without experimentation? And my wife says, I think one of the most haunted objects in our museum is the Victorian brooch, Ronnie. Yes. Yeah, sometimes we bring our haunted objects to a very reputable psychic medium who really knows her stuff. She's well experienced for over 30 years, and without giving her any information, I'll send her a picture of an item that we got. Not only do we have our researcher doing research on the item, but we have a psychic medium try to see if she could pick up on anything with the item. And the brooch that my wife is referring to, the psychic medium, long story short, told us that the most evilest woman binded that brooch, either with her hair, her blood, or her skin. And she didn't want anyone to own that brooch but her. So anybody that wanted to bring it back with them, she said that person, that evil woman, would want to latch on to that, living person that wanted to bring it back home with them. So, the brooch that we have, I believe, is either clipped to like one of those funeral hats. When you wear an old time period funeral dress, that usually you wear like a veil and like one of those hats that cover your hair. I think it either belongs to like a hair clip, or it goes to the neck that tightens the front of the dress. So I think it's that type of brooch that we have. That I think is actually a hidden gem in our museum, because we never knew that like something like that could come out of something like that. So, what do we got here? Deb says her husband doesn't like when she's out binding and a Ouija board to remove from clients' home. I make sure to get rid of before I come home. Ouija boards is a very controversial subject. There's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions about Ouija boards. For us, I know my wife and I are on the same page with this. There are some other people that say you can use it as long as you know how to close it. Me, I tell people don't use them at all. Keep away from them. You can communicate. I mean, anything, any piece of equipment. This remote, if I wanted to use this little remote on an investigation and tell or ask a spirit to use it, you're opening an invitation or opportunity for anything unknown. You could be opening an invitation to a demonic presence, a dark presence, or a negative spirit to utilize this remote. And if this remote now becomes a conduit, and if that Ouija board becomes a conduit, it can latch itself onto that physical object, right? Because, the ideal agenda for the negative spirit or demonic presence, if it's coming through it's not coming through the Ouija board, but it's using the Ouija board to latch onto the person, because essentially their first agenda is to try to possess that person. So they're using the board to communicate they can, overpower you and kind of use you or manipulate you so that they can try to possess you. All right. I know a little bit about demonology and some darker things, but that's our take on a Ouija board. I don't know about you guys, but that's how we feel about them. And I don't necessarily agree with people using them on good intent either, because you still don't know who you're communicating with. And who's to really say that we know how to close things or open things properly? Those are just all theoretical, and those are just ideas that we have that we discuss as investigators, right? So how do we really know for sure what we're communicating with or what we're opening or closing? Ideally, we don't really know. And that's why I don't encourage people to use a Ouija board, because unless you really know what you're dealing with, honestly, do we really know what we're doing? Not really. So when it comes to the unknown, you want to be as safe as possible, But I hope I made my point about Ouija boards. That's our take on it anyway. Yeah, she said they don't use them. They remove them. I've heard certain ways of removing them. I've heard people setting them on fire. I've heard people burying them underground with holy water, using certain materials to bind them, not necessarily destroying them. Sometimes just removing them from the location, removing them from where they were, sometimes can make things better or worse. We don't know. But that's what I mean. Like you don't know really how to handle an Ouija board. God forbid something latches onto it. So, any piece of equipment we use or any kind of interaction or communication, you're giving an opportunity for anything to come through, right? One of the other theories is like the whole portal thing with the Ouija boards. People think that by communicating with the Ouija board, you're opening up a portal. But again, to prove my point more, how do we know that by using this little remote to communicate with isn't opening a portal? Maybe there's something within us, like our energy and our telepathic abilities. Maybe there's something within us that we're opening the portal of communication so they come through. We don't know. So hopefully that makes sense. It doesn't make sense, but another great another great invention from Wuhan. That's funny. Yeah, Deb agrees 100%. There you go. Let's see what else is going on in the chat here. Sherry, I'll take a look at your photo in a sec if you're still with me here. Just been conversing with everybody in the chat. What do you guys feel about shadow people? Because I know a lot of people have different theories on shadow people. I want to know what the current thoughts are with shadow figures and shadow people. There's so many different theories that you can get into with shadow people. Anybody here have any experiences with shadow people? How do you guys feel? Where do you think the origin of shadow people is from, and what do you think shadow people are? So I just want to see what anybody says about that in the chat. I'm going to take a look at Sherry's photo real quick. Ronnie said he has seen. Me too. I have seen quite a few. Oh, wow. So I thought you were talking about like a big mirror, but it's like one of those handheld mirrors that she was talking about, that you know, when people look, you know, when they do their makeup and stuff. Pretty cool. Sherry, if you want to have a conversation about it more privately, we can. If you want to get any idea if you think it's haunted or not. I can also send it to our psychic medium friend, you know, that we bring our objects to, and see if she picks up on anything for you. I'll send it to her and see what she says if you want. That's up to you. Let me know. Yeah, so many theories about shadow people. Debbie LaBelle said she's had shadow person in her home in Florida. I remember that story, Deb. I remember you talking about that. You know, there's a lot of theory about maybe they don't have a lot of energy to them to manifest fully, so that's why they come as a shadow form. Some people say that I heard that shadow people are negative energy, possibly demonic presence, and that's why they come as a dark figure or a shadow. I've heard it's possibly like a jinn, a mischievous spirit that likes to hide and not present itself in a full manifestation. So it kind of plays tricks on people and it likes to hide in places. It's just like a playful spirit, mischievous kind of thing. Not that kind of jinn. Shadow. Deb says shadow people, I believe, are interdimensional beings. We have quite a few on film. Seen them personally four at one time at Waverly Hills. That's pretty cool. That's crazy to see that many. Oh, she's a hospice vigil care volunteer. Wow. And have seen shadow people in the hospitals and at nursing homes that she's been to. So, Deb Liddell said, Debbie LaBelle said that she got rid of it before she left. It wasn't negative. It was just a spirit coming through that way. Okay. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Like, there's so many crazy theories, and, you know, it could be just a spirit that doesn't know how to fully manifest, so it comes in shadow form. So, so Ronnie said he's going to throw this out there. He went through a period pre-pandemic seeing shadows. It stopped for about a year, and now experiencing them randomly again. That's pretty weird. I wonder if it has anything to do with the negative energy going on. When do you experience those, Ron? Do you experience them during the day, at night, when you sleep? Just some thoughts I have, possibly, that might help you feel better about things. So, yeah, Waverly is a cool place. Never been. I want to go there someday before I move away. we're planning on moving in a couple of years, hopefully, to Virginia, and there's definitely some places I wanna investigate. That's on my bucket list. That I want to check out. Waverly is one of them. Roddy said not threatening. Okay. So I'm wondering if it's like a sleep disorder kind of thing, possibly. They also say that shadow figures and stuff like that can relate to sleep disorders. I know a lot about sleep disorders because I've had studies myself, and sleep paralysis can also have experiences of shadow figure sitting on your chest, making you breathe funny and think you're experiencing some negative entity that's a shadow figure as well. And I know I'm connected with a pulmonary doctor, actually, who his background is with sleep disorder, and we've conversed about a lot of stuff like that. And shadow figures could be connected with sleep disorders, possibly. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that could be related. But so Deborah Shea said that yes, there is a lot of negative in the world. It is all the energy that needs to go somewhere. Yeah, exactly. So and we're all home more now, and all that negative energy just kind of like sits and manifests and builds up, and everybody I believe in the laws of attraction. Like if you're negative and putting out negative, you're gonna find other negative energy, and vice versa. If you're positive energy, you're gonna attract that positive energy back. So if you have a house all full of that negative energy and it's harnessing it and feeding off of all that negative energy, then crazy stuff's gonna be off the hook. It's just like all different kinds of crazy stuff is going to go on in your home. Believe me, we know. I've had, no joke, I don't think it was like paranormal. I think it was my own like possible telekinesis or PK. We were going through some tough personal times, and I'm sitting at my computer, and I have a military grade heavy flashlight sitting on the top shelf of my computer desk, and all of a sudden it starts flying at my head, and it, like, if it was just falling, it would just fall down. It wouldn't come flying out off the top of the shelf, and it came flying past my head and landed in the middle of the room. And I was like, what the heck just happened? I had a flashlight almost thrown and hit me in the head. And my wife and I both think it could have been psychokinesis, possibly, from all that negative energy that was building up. And sometimes, phenomena can happen like that where, it's coming from you, and it's not necessarily a ghost or a spirit. It's coming from you. I think we are the most powerful people. We can produce a lot of things that we don't know about. Gotta take a drink here. Going on and on. I want to make sure I'm catching everybody's comments here, so bear with me. So Deborah Shea said the Hag attack is just one of those that is still believed to be sleep disorder. She's experienced it at least one time. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about with this, sleep disorder kind of thing. Low Key is on here. What's up, Low Key? Lourdes Gonzalez of Gagnac and Entity Voices. How you doing? Ronnie asked, what is my favorite location? Well, I have a lot of favorite locations I haven't been to yet. But so far, hands down, my favorite, I have to say, is St. Albans Sanatorium. Is hands down my favorite out of everything I've been to. Ohika Castle would be my second favorite, only because it's in my own backyard, and I have a real good relationship with this location, and it's really big, and they welcome us back every year because they have a lot of experiences, new experiences, because they're always renovating. Renovations could start activity up, and they always have new experiences to share with us. So they always want us back every year to see, all right, what's going on here, what's going on there. Let us know, and they let us do our thing there. So, but yeah, Ron, St. Albans, hands down. What's up, Lourdes? We're just doing a little Q&A. If you're just tuning in, and we've been talking about shadow people, latest equipment. What are some equipment people are into these days? Trying to answer questions best I can, and just open discussion. Everybody's welcome. I'll take all kinds of questions. I'm doing good. I'm trying to cool down. I was in the sun for a good portion of the day. It was 95 degrees out, so I'm a little red. So I'm trying to wind down and cool off. Yeah. Deborah Shea said St. Albans is on her bucket list, and so is Sloss Furnace. I haven't been to Sloss Furnace yet. I believe that's down south also. Yeah, Deb, if you get a chance, I would experience St. Albans. St. Albans is fun. One of the things I love about St. Albans, there's a room built off of a room built off of a room, and it keeps going. If you don't know your way around, you can easily get lost. Yes, Loki has been at Ohika. Loki can attest herself, she's been there a few times, that Ohika has activity, and it's just a fun, cool place because of the type of building it is. It was built during Prohibition, during the famous Gilded Age, and it was built by, Otto Kahn, who was actually, if anybody's familiar with the Monopoly game, that little icon that's on the board game of Monopoly is actually a tribute off of Otto Kahn, who was the original owner that built Ohika Castle. So that's what kind of made that place famous. They host a lot of famous weddings at Ohika Castle. A lot of famous people get married there. If you can afford it, it's like 50 grand and up. I want to ask Lourdes, in your memories, what's your most fun moment in Ohika Castle, if you remember? And it's beautiful, correct. It is beautiful. I love the architecture, the landscape, the grounds. It's beautiful. It really is. Like, the current ownership has done magnificent in keeping it up and restoring it to almost its original look. So yeah, it is pretty cool about the Monopoly, and I love Monopoly. I love that game. So I'm going to keep going a little bit further, guys. I'm going to end this around 8 o'clock. I just wanted to test out this new platform. Yeah, the piano playing. The piano playing, yeah, we've gotten that actually quite a few times in the past, Lourdes. I don't know if we ever mentioned it, but that seems to be a frequent thing. Now we're catching piano playing in EVP, residual sounds of a couple of piano notes playing on the keys of the piano in the library room and sometimes in the main hallway. So yeah, very, very cool, the piano playing. The door opening, yep, in the ballroom more than one time. Yep, pretty cool. Ronnie Anderson said that he's been back to St. Albans a few times since we were last there. Alan, Brenda, and himself had the whole building to themselves one night. That's pretty cool. I hope we can do that sometime the next time we come down there. So, but I think the next time we come down there will be in April of next year, and hopefully we can have an event this time. We're going to have Enigma Cons, I believe April 22nd, if I have the date correct. So, Deborah, if you want to go, I would suggest getting your tickets early for Enigma Cons because they do go fast. So I would recommend that you get tickets early because they go right out the door. Yeah. That's why I keep going back to Lourdes. I pray that one day we do get an EVP of Charlie Chaplin. Would be so awesome, because he was best friends and really close friends with the original owner, Otto Kahn. Because Otto Kahn was very good friends with a lot of movie celebs, and Charlie. You can see pictures of them together in one of the rooms, and that's what. Yeah, I pray that one day we get Charlie Chaplin on EVP. Would be so cool. Yep, that would be cool. And yeah, the very heavy doors that we're opening. We did the Singapore theory. I don't know if anybody's tried the Singapore. I can't even speak. The Singapore theory. It's a funny name, but it actually is when you try to recreate time period music of their time, and you try to recreate that for them, and you just play their music, and you try to get interaction, with either dancing with somebody in the room, and you try to dance, with their style of dancing. Like me and my wife, we like to do that in the ballroom of Ohika, and we kind of dance around, and then all of a sudden the door opens up by itself. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, the pool room is pretty creepy. Yep. Deb says Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, another place that was quiet but really rich with EVPs. Another place I haven't been to. Again, there's so many places it's on my bucket list that I don't even know if I'll have time to ever get to. Not in this lifetime. So, but yeah, Ronnie, hopefully before we move, maybe you guys come out our way, and I'll try to hook up an investigation at Ohika, and my close friends would definitely be invited to go. Got to keep it small though, because it's still an active hotel. It's a wedding venue. They do have people stay over. We don't really get the place the whole night to ourselves, but we get a good portion of the place after people go in their rooms, and they let us roam around to the main areas where there's no people around, so which is pretty cool. Yeah, Ronnie said, heck yeah. And then the shower that went on by itself, that freaked the hell out of my wife. The room that we were staying in for the night, because they always give us a room, and again, the relationship I have with them, they give us a room there every night that we investigate, and the shower turned on literally by itself. She was in her room by herself as I'm walking everybody out the door, and she comes running out in the hallway to come tell us that the shower turned on by itself, which is not normal. You have to turn the handle, because it's an old-fashioned shower head, and you have to literally turn the handle for that water to come on by itself. So it's pretty creepy. So guys, give me some of your opinions. How does everything look and sound? You like the graphics? The graphics in the background, how do they look? Is it better than StreamYard, do you think? Before I was using StreamYard, those who are familiar with StreamYard. I love this. I like the flow of it. I think the graphics are nice. It's nice and clean. I don't know. I think it looks great. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. So, guys, I'm going to end this here. It's about 5 to 8. I want to thank you guys for the little Q&A that we had go on here. I know there wasn't that many in here, but it was nice to chat with a few of you guys. I should do this more often. It's fun. I think we should interact more with our Facebook community on our Haas Paranormal page. Would be great. But I don't know. So, guys, Strange Oddities podcast is coming back early October, with bigger guests. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to have really fantastic guests come on in October. October is going to be great for Strange Oddities podcast. Coming back Thursday nights, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, every Thursday night, starting early October. Coming back with the show, and I hope you guys tune in to my podcast. Everybody enjoys the podcast because it offers different things. We talk about everything under the kitchen sink, from UFOs to cryptozoology. We cover the paranormal. We cover conspiracy theories, government cover-up, archaeology. We cover astrology, mysteries, all kinds of stuff. So it's a show that covers everything. So if you guys like that stuff, you know, come join me every Thursday night, 8 p.m. No, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm going to be using this new platform, so I'm excited. So, guys, thank you for the little Q&A. Want to wish everybody well. Stay safe in these crazy times, and I love all you. You know, love and light to everybody. Positive energy to everybody. Prayers and thoughts to everybody that need. And I love all you guys, and take care of yourselves out there. I don't know. So that's it. Guys, have a great night. Thank you, and take care. So, all right, guys.